Hi, my name is Kale Kaczynski, and today I'm going to talk about how the Hans device works, the protective ability, and the history of the Hans device. This is what the Hans device looks like. In racing, you're traveling at such a high speed that getting in a wreck can be very dangerous and can lead to serious injury. Next, I'm going to be talking about how the Hans device works. Number one is the back support for your helmet or your head, which goes right behind your head. Number two is the rope, which travels around the Hans device and it also attaches to the back of the Hans device back here. Number three is where the rope attaches to the helmet, therefore making the Hans device and the helmet attached, making both of them more sturdy together. Number four is where the seatbelt attaches to the Hans device, going right over here, going along your shoulders, which whenever you pull them down tight will keep the Hans device more stable. And when the Hans device is more stable, it makes the helmet and your head and neck, which is in the helmet, more stable. Next, I'm going to be talking about the protective ability of the Hans device. In racing, you can get whiplash, you can get a concussion, or you can break your neck from racing because you're traveling at such a high speed and hitting the wall. In this example I have here, it shows a man where his head and neck travel a lot further than the man with the Hans device. Next, I'm going to be talking about the history of the Hans device. In 1986, a man named Robert Hubbard invented the Hans device. He invented it for his brother so that his brother can be a lot more safe while racing, so he can return to him, because who wouldn't want to be more safe while doing a sport they love? But the product was not very popular until after Dale Earnhardt Sr. in 2001 got into a bad wreck and hit the wall, and his head and neck traveled further than it should have because he did not have a Hans device, and he suffered from a traumatic brain injury and died. After 2001, they made a rule and it very important that if you did not have the Hans device, you would not be able to race that night, and you would not be able, if you did not get one, you would not be in the series. Now that I talked about how it works and came to be, now that everybody can understand why drivers like the Hans device, because it keeps them more safe and keeps them from getting injured.